What's good, YouTube? So I'm back with my $50 Maliss deck profile. This time I'm going to be going over some other one-card starters, with those one-card starters being Gold Sarcophagus and Maliss in Underground slash Terraforming. This is pretty much the same card. So you have 3 copies of Maliss in Underground, basically. I was going to do a separate little combo video, but they pretty much honestly do the same exact thing, Maliss in Underground and Gold Sarcophagus. You utilize them to banish a Maliss from the deck, which pretty much gets all of your combos going. They are some of the worst starters to start off with, because since you're banishing from the deck, you cannot utilize their effect later in the combo. So the end board is slightly weaker. However, they still are one-card starters with 2 copies of Maliss in Underground slash Terraforming, and then 1 copy of Gold Sarc. So those are 4 one-card starters pretty much. With Gold Sarc being the lesser version of Maliss in Underground, because Maliss in Underground does have the other effect of, well, 3 or more of your Maliss traps with different names are banished. Maliss Link monsters you control gain 3000 attack. So Maliss in Underground also helps you kind of go for game. Just a little niche interaction if you do play all 3 traps, which we do in the $50 budget version. Also, while you control a Maliss Link monster, your opponent's monsters can only target Maliss Link monsters for attacks. So some other interactions that I kind of see a lot of people forgetting when I watch like DB Grinder videos or just other kind of local videos, people forget those 2 little niche interactions that Maliss in Underground does do. So aside from those effects, again, they pretty much do the same exact thing, banishing a monster from the deck. So we're pretty much just gonna go ahead and pretend that we have just Maliss in Underground. The other 4 cards can honestly be anything. We're just gonna say that they're 4 hand traps for the sake of the video. So if we did just draw 4 hand traps slash non-engine and Maliss in Underground, the first thing we would do, go ahead, activate Maliss in Underground. From there, we would banish a Maliss monster from the deck. You always pretty much want to go with Maliss Dormouse because this is your best 1-card starter. So Maliss Dormouse gets banished. We lose the life point. She gets special summoned back. From there, we can utilize her effect and then banish a Maliss White Rabbit from the deck. White Rabbit gets banished. We lose life points and she gets special summoned back. We can then activate her effect. From there, we can go into TB11. If you don't want to play TB11, you can also do GWC from here. But we do play all 3 traps. So we're just going to go ahead, set our TB11 from here. From there, we can go ahead, link these 2 off, go into our Splash Mage, activate Splash Mage, special summon our Dormouse. Doesn't really matter which one you special summon. Then we can go into our Red Ransom. Red Ransom gets special summon utilizing those 2. We still have TB11 set. Red Ransom can then go ahead and activate. And Red Ransom is going to go ahead and grab us our Maliss in the Mirror to our hand. We have 5 cards in our hand now. TB11 is set. From there, we can go ahead, activate our TB11, banishing our Red Ransom. That's going to go ahead and special summon a Chessy Cat from the deck. Its effects are negated. Red Ransom comes back. We lose a life point to get special summoned. From there, Red Ransom can go ahead and banish our Dotscaper from the deck. Dotscaper gets banished, and then Dotscaper gets special summoned. We now have a full board. We have a few options from here. We can go into our Cyber's Wicked to get our backup at Ignister, or we can go into Maliss Whitebinder, which would then banish our Chessy Cat and special summon back. We'd also be able to get GWC that way, which can banish Whitebinder and then bring Red Ransom back. And then Whitebinder would go ahead and get us a draw. But I think we're just going to go ahead and go with our Cyber's Wicked with utilizing these 2 right here. Then we can go ahead and special summon a Linkuriboh using Dotscaper underneath our Cyber's Wicked. Then we can go ahead and activate Cyber's Wicked's effect. If a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to while you control this monster, you can banish 1 Cyber's monster from your graveyard and then add 1 Cyber's monster from your deck. So of course, we are going to banish our Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat gets banished, and we add our backup at Ignister, which is a Cyber's Dark Tuner. Chessy Cat can then special summon herself back. We lose the life points. Do a quick little shuffle because we are going to activate the draw as well. From there, we're going to go ahead and activate Chessy Cat to banish our Maliss in the Mirror. That's going to go ahead, draw us 2 cards. We get Ash Blossom and Terraforming. Pretty much we can just go ahead and say those are blanks for now. So we have our 4 original cards. We drew 2 blanks and added our backup at Ignister. Then we can go ahead and activate Maliss in the Mirror's effect. If this card is banished, you can target 1 Maliss card in your graveyard, banish it, and if you do, add 1 Maliss card with the same type, monster, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand. So we're gonna go ahead, banish our Dormouse. That's gonna go ahead and get us another Dormouse. So if you want to get Dormouse for follow-up, you can do that. Or if you want some extension, we could also just go ahead and grab a Chessy Cat. Because we have not normal summoned yet either. So for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the Dormouse for follow-up, because I'm not sure if that extra body is going to do anything. I'm actually just going to go ahead, use all 3 of those for our Heart Scriptor, get Heart Scriptor on the field, special summon our backup at Ignister. We can go ahead and discard a card that we drew, and that's going to grab us our Wizard at Ignister. Wizard at Ignister can then special summon himself, and that can go ahead and special summon a Dark Monster. So we have a full board again. Now we can just go ahead and utilize these 3. And go into our Whitebinder. Whitebinder's effect's gonna go off. We're gonna banish our Heart Scriptor. We can banish our TB11. I think that's it. So we're gonna banish these two. Heart Scripter then gets special summon back. We lose the life points again. We can then activate White Binder's effect to go ahead and set our GWC. Then we can activate GWC, banishing our White Binder, and that's gonna go ahead and special summon our Red Ransom. White Binder then gets a special summon back. We lose life points, we draw another card. So we've now drawn 3 times. Then from here, we can go ahead, utilize 3, 4, 5, go into our Allied Code Talker. Allied Code Talker goes ahead and special summons these two. So what exactly does this specific board get us? So we have follow up with Dormouse. We had 2 draws and an original 4 cards in hand. So that was a 1 card starter that got us all of this. So again, 4 cards in hand, 2 additional draws and follow up. And then we also have a Heart Scripter, which can banish a card, and an Omni Negate with Allied Code Talker at Ignister. Again, doesn't seem much, but look at our hand size. We have 7 cards in hand and a bunch of bodies on board. And we didn't even utilize our normal summon as well. So honestly, if you wanted to do a normal summon and then utilize Heart Scripter plus the normal summon, you could have honestly, you could have also got Firewall Dragon, which is a Link 4. But with this specific build, without having a Bystial in hand and having to utilize our GWC, we would pass turn to our opponent. So we would go ahead and utilize Heart Scripter on our opponent's turn. We can go ahead and grab our Dormouse from our Banish Zone, put it back into our deck, and then banish our White Binder. And then White Binder gets a special summon herself back. And when she gets special summoned, she can go ahead, she can just banish these two, and they can go ahead and special summon themselves back. So then White Rabbit can go ahead and set our MTP07. So we have another banish right here. We still have the Omni Negate, and then we would get another draw from the White Binder when she is special summoned. So we have 8 cards in hand, guaranteed follow up with Dormouse, where we banish and then Omni Negate still here. And then possibly when White Binder was special summoned as well, we could have banished from their graveyard too. If you didn't want to get the Chessy Cat, you could have banished 2 cards from their graveyard, plus the Omni Negate, and then 8 cards in hand. And then hopefully you would utilize maybe 2 hand traps, maybe at least 2 hand traps, plus the Omni Negate, and then the Graveyard Disruption, and then the Graveyard Disruption with White Binder, and then hopefully MTPO7 as well, which could have added you a Maliss monster. We'd probably just go ahead and grab Chessy Cat, that way we don't draw it, and then banish one of their monsters. So we'd have 1 banish off MTPO7, Omni Negate with Allied Code Talker at Ignister, which would probably just go ahead and pitch our White Binder, just to have it in the graveyard. So again, Omni Negate, a banish, and then we'd have 8 cards in hand, hopefully multiple hand traps. So our board would probably pretty much stay the same with that many disruptions. And they'd pass turn to us, and we'd have Dormouse. We'd have a bunch of big monsters on board as well. So again, very layered and very diverse as well. And with the amount of hand traps we play, we are drawing so many cards, we're guaranteed to hit a few of them. And then on the follow-up turn, we still have Heart Scripter's effect to add a card from our Banish Zone back to our deck, and then banish another card, and then Allied Code Talker would be another Omni Negate for whatever they did set up. And again, we'd probably have half of our hands still as well. Very powerful end board. And that is off of our weaker 1 card starter, which is Maliss In Underground. So that's pretty much it. If you guys are interested in more of the $50 Maliss deck profile, more interested in more combos, I believe I've done all of them at this point, except maybe the only 1 card starter I haven't done would be White Rabbit. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments below and I can go ahead and get one of those out as well. But as you can see, we had 3 to 5 draws between the 2 turns, multiple disruptions, and a huge board as well. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.